Hello everyone out there, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I took a little bit of time off there to recharge and just sort of take some time for myself, so I haven't posted in a few weeks, but we went up north, we had a really nice time, spent some time in the forest. I've been putting more of an emphasis on mindfulness in my life lately because I find it's so easy to get caught up in what else is going on, other things that are going on, other people's lives, things that we want, things that we see, what have you, and maybe you can relate. I'm sure that you can. I think a lot of people can relate to that, and just losing sight of our lives and the present moment of our lives. And so that is what I've been really trying to do and practice more of the past little while, and it's actually what I want to talk about today. Mindfulness is the art of bringing your attention to the present moment and kind of tuning into your senses, the various senses that we have, sight and smell and taste and sound and all of that, and really just becoming more aware, having a heightened awareness. And there are so many benefits of practicing more mindfulness on a regular basis, from reduced stress and anxiety, a better ability to cope with stressors, more mental clarity, better attention and focus. There's a lot of research out there that has been able to illustrate the benefits. And I am not by any means the best at practicing mindfulness all of the time, but when I do make an effort to be more mindful with different kinds of small daily actions, it makes a world of a difference. And so that is what I want to talk about today. I'm going to be sharing with you some small ways that we can incorporate more mindfulness into our day. Mindful eating is a wonderful practice that we can start implementing in our lives, and really what it is becoming more aware of the eating process and the experience with food and with mealtime. And it helps us to digest our food better. It helps us to enjoy the experience of eating a lot more, right? We're much more aware of all of the tastes and the textures and the smells. And it also helps us to tune better into hunger and satiety cues that our body gives us when we're eating. We're better able to tune into how we feel when we eat. So the best way to get started with practicing some mindful eating is to turn off all distractions. Put your phone away, turn off the TV, put your computer away when you are eating, and really be present with the food that's in front of you. Also try to slow down when you're eating. Take a few breaths between each bite, put your fork down, and really when you are eating, notice the taste. Taking the time to start your day in a very mindful way is a great thing that you can start to do or start to add kind of into your morning routine. And there are a number of ways that we can do this, but really it's just a matter of giving yourself a few minutes in the morning. This can be adjusted. Maybe it's just 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe it's a little bit longer than that if you're able to, where you can be, with yourself in silence, but also have a richer experience when it comes to preparing your morning tea or your morning coffee and being fully present with the steps involved in making those things. Boiling the water, steeping your tea, making your coffee, sitting down to fully enjoy it, smelling it before we check our emails or we rush out the door or we have to, fully start our day. A great way to make a mundane activity more interesting is to simply engage your senses and be fully present with it, even if it's just for a moment or two, and especially ones that involve the use of your hands where you can really touch and feel, like noticing the feeling of slicing a vegetable and preparing your food, or of doing the dishes and the feeling of scrubbing a plate, or the feeling of wiping a cloth over a surface. How do these activities feel? And you'll notice they'll take on a whole new life when you're really present with them. Another way to incorporate more mindfulness into your day is to check in with yourself. And you can do this at any time of the day, but really what you're doing here is just tuning in to how you're feeling and really checking in. What do I need right now? Do I need to put my phone away? Do I need to stop scrolling through social media? Do I need to get up from my seat and move? Do I need to go for a walk? Am I hungry right now? Checking in with ourselves, asking ourselves how we're feeling, how we're doing, what we need for just a brief moment is a really great way to be mindful, of course, but also to recognize where we might need to take some action. Another great way to check in with yourself and be more mindful is during any period when you are feeling a very strong emotion, whether it's anger or frustration or you're feeling overwhelmed or upset. Bring your awareness into that emotion and ask yourself, what does this feel like? What does this emotion feel like in my body? Where do I feel it in my body? Do I feel it in my chest? Do I feel anger in my chest? Do I feel anxiety in my stomach? Do I feel, stress kind of in my shoulders? Where do you feel this? And what does the sensation feel like? What does that emotion feel like? And when we do this, we're able to sort of detach ourselves from that emotion and take more of an outsider look at it, kind of be the observer of that emotion. And of course, it also gives us a bit of that opportunity to also just check in with how we're feeling and understanding this feeling better, right? What is it that's causing me to feel this way? What is it that I need right now? That kind of thing. Another way to add more mindfulness into your day is to try out a mindfulness meditation kind of session. You don't have to do this for a very long time, especially if you are new to kind of sitting in silence with yourself. I even just earlier today set my timer for 5 minutes, and there you go. It doesn't have to be a very long time. To be honest, sometimes I get all restless and I can't even sit for 5 minutes, and that's okay. But the point is that just sometimes we need to take a moment to just sit with ourselves. Again, this is another example of when you can kind of check in with yourself, right? If you're just thinking of a million things, you're feeling overwhelmed, just stop for a moment and check in with yourself. And so a great way that you can practice some mindfulness meditation is to just sit comfortably, close your eyes, focus on your breathing. So the sensation of air moving in and out of your lungs, really focus on what that feels like. And then when it comes to your thoughts, right, we're often thinking about so many different things when we take a moment to stop. But one of my favorite ways to approach this is with something known as thought clouds. So really this is a way of observing your thoughts as if they are clouds passing through your mind, and you can better disconnect from them and no longer identify with them or become your thoughts. You realize that they are separate from you. Another type of meditation you can try is inner body awareness, my favorite being bringing your attention to your hands. I learned about this exercise from Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, which I have been reading recently. But what you do is you just simply notice the aliveness of your hands. You could do this with another body part as well, but it's a great way to redirect your focus to sensations of different parts of your body and just the here and now. The next way to practice more mindfulness is with your interactions with others. So not only is this a great way to improve your listening skills, but it's also a great way to enrich your relationships with others. Fully immerse yourself in an experience that you're having with someone or a conversation that you're having with someone, right? Pay full attention to what it is that they're saying by listening fully and giving them your full attention, instead of maybe getting distracted by things that you see or things that you hear around you, or getting caught up in what your response is going to be. I have my whole life struggled with attention and focus, even into my adulthood, and in my life now it's always been something that I have had trouble with. But the more that when I practice this, when I put more of that focus on really listening and being present with someone that I'm talking to, for example, it makes a huge difference in that experience and in in my ability to listen and learn better as well. And this also includes putting your phone away in social situations or when you are with someone, when you are in the presence of someone else. And the last point I want to talk about today to practice more mindfulness in your life is to notice your surroundings. Now, whether this is walking in nature, which I highly recommend doing this actually, or if you're just walking down the street, you could be in a busy city, if you are walking to work, if you're commuting, even just right now, just noticing what's around you, noticing your surroundings. What do you see? What do you hear? This is a great way to pull you into the present moment and to just be mindful, being mindful of what's around you. It's also quite calming when you do this. So that is it for today's video, how we can practice more mindfulness. And I really hope that you enjoyed this topic. And I want to know, leave me a comment with how you plan on practicing more mindfulness after you finish watching this video. What is one thing that you want to do to be more mindful of? Let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got for you today. I will see you all in the next one.